नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वलितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्तिः पूजामूलं गुरोः पदम् मन्त्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोः कृपा। ॐ कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। सद्गुरु भगवान की जय, सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय, कृष्ण भगवान की जय, गीता माता की जय। हरि ओम। We are in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 5th discourse and 24th sloka of it. Yesterday we just discussed very little on it. Today we shall see it in detail. योऽन्तः सुखोऽन्तरारामस्तथान्तर्ज्योतिरेव जः स योगी ब्रह्मनिर्वाणं ब्रह्मभूतो अधिगच्छति. He who is happy within, antah sukhontararamah, and is sukhi within, who rejoices within. He enjoys himself within himself. Who rejoices within and who is illumined within. Just as see our lamp, it is illumined by itself, Akhandadip. This is why we keep the Akhandadip, continuous effulgence. That is the significance of the absolute eternal self-effulgent knowledge or light. So it is illumined by itself within itself. Such a person who is always merged within himself, that yogi attains absolute freedom or moksha. Moksha means liberation, mukti, freedom. Himself becoming Brahman. Brahman also your own existence which is covered up, not aware of. It is there within everyone because it is all pervading. Without that nothing is possible, nothing can exist. So it is all pervading, so you are within it and it is within you, everyone. In this way, he is aware of his own existence as the absolute truth, Brahman, and he rejoices within himself, and he becomes one with it. There remains no difference between the unlimited and limited. Limited is limited only in the unlimited. When unlimited is limited, then that is called formed. It is called a being. It has become. So this is how we have limited ourselves, and we have forgotten our real state, that is called all-pervasiveness, eternally present, that we have been limited, and that's how that only unlimited existence is forgotten. Within means in the self, he attains Brahma Nirvanam. Nirvana has got different manifold meaning. Nirvana Deepe Kimutaila Danam. Nirvana Deep, where the flame is extinguished. It is out now, and there is no oil in the lamp. So if you put oil in it, what use? Nirvana Deepe Kimut Oiladanam. Nirvana means the last, where the existence is gone, no existence. That means altogether absence. That is called nirvana. So when all the desires are destroyed completely, so desires are destroyed, that is called nirvana of the desires. So that means also the attachment is gone, bondage is gone, extrovertness is gone, there is no in or out, and all the barriers are gone forever. When the desires are destroyed completely, there is no mind, there is no intellect, no ego, no prana, nothing exists now, but the existence cannot be denied. That is called nirvana, and this term always is used mostly by the Buddhists. Why? Because Buddha declared not union, kaivalya or mukti, but in his terms the kaivalya or freedom or eternal realization of the self, all these are meant only nirvana. That is the root cause. And that's how Buddha didn't say anything other terms to explain it, but he used the word nirvana. All the desires, when all desires are destroyed, according to his declaration and his angle of vision, same thing. It is not different from others' views, but terms, we use different terms for one thing. For example, in medical term, if you explain a particular bone of the body, then they use the term exterior and posterior end. In the same way, the physics terms says North Pole and South Pole, and general terms, general literature terms, the hind and the front ends. In different terms, the same thing is explained, but according to different section of our use of language, they use different terms. So same way, the Nirvana is a Buddhist term, and it is accepted by everyone. So in this way, Brahma Nirvana Nichati, when all the bondage and all the causes for bondage, mind, intellect, and your ego and subconscious mind, and your prana, everything has attained nirvana, means they have annihilated completely forever. That is called nirvana. That is also the meaning of union, kaivalya, oneness, kaivalya, union, what shall we say? Attainment or union, what can we say in other words? Merging or having oneness, that is also a union. In this way, in different terms, they state the state of the absolute truth. So this saint who has attained that state is ever one with it. So all other extrovertness, world or mind or I and my, all the dualism is ended forever. Within means in the self. Self means the innermost indweller. He attains Brahman Nirvana or liberation while living. While living, Jivan Mukta. He becomes a Jivan Mukta. In this way, this is the absolute one goal for all the beings, whether he is a human being or animals, birds, insects, gods or demons, whatever kind of being he may be, directly or indirectly, knowing or unknowingly, everybody is directed towards the same goal. Then Lord Krishna says, Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Nisaya Kshina Kalmasaha Chinna Dvedha Jatatmanaha Sarvabhut Ahite Rataha. What are other indications of such a person? Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Risaya Kshina Kalmasaha. What is kalmas? The sages, rishis, or the mumukshus, anybody who has attained that state by self-effort, by self-struggle, the sages obtain absolute freedom, or moksha, they whose sins have been destroyed, whose dualities, perception of dualities or experience of the pairs of opposites are torn asunder, who are self-controlled and intent on the welfare of all beings. They are ever engaged to do good to the others and to the whole universe. Absolute freedom. Sometimes we get freedom. In our relative world, everything is dependent, every pairs of opposites are dependent on each other. So, if you have some bondage, naturally there will be little freedom. Nothing is 100% either good or bad. Both are dependent upon each other and relatively, cooperatively and internally, every way one is linked with the other. So, where there is freedom, there is bondage. Where there is bondage, there is freedom. So, absolute freedom word is used here, where only freedom is there, no bondage is there. So, how that freedom which has bondage in it, can it be possible? In our relative day-to-day life, when we go with our daily life with I am the doer and I am the enjoyer, we give and take, the whole universe is dependent, based on the law of dualism, relativity, that is called one is with the other, pairs of opposites. So, if at all you think something as freedom, there is also little non-freedom is mixed with it. You know, these cowherd boys, cowherds, they have some rule. They never give pure milk to anyone. Never. It is their traditional law. Can you believe it? It is law, traditional law. Why? There is many reasons for it. First of all, milk is not ordinary thing. It is nectar. When we prepare panchamrit, one is milk, other is curd, third is, all are from cow only. Third is purified ghee, butter, ghee. Three things from cow and the honey and the sugar. In this way, panchamrit, if these five are taken as nectars, and for every puja, everything we make this for satisfying the gods. So milk is nectar. It should not be misused. It should not be ill-treated. If it falls down, you walk over it. It is from higher point of view, it is a sin, because you have done some offense against the nectar. You have bejati, you have ill-treated it, which should be respected. So it should not be touched by leg. It should not be misused or ill-treated, or we can say we should not go do something in offense of it. It should be always admired, worshipped, and usefully with gratitude. It is nectar. In this way, they think nobody cares for it, so mix a little water. So it is impure now. So milk is not ill-treated. For this reason, of course, when we do something with the milk, it falls down. So you may trample down it. It is not good. You should respect it. All these comes under code of conduct, etiquette. We should respect everything which is useful for us. We should not disrespect it. If you touch somebody with your leg, you have to beg pardon, because the God only abides in every being, so you should not disrespect anyone. All these are many such rules and regulations are there which come under code of conduct. Every moment we have to be careful. We have to be aware of it. So, milk is mixed with little water. Why I say so? Absolute freedom. Freedom is always mixed with non-freedom, because it is relative world. Of course, we shall see from many examples we can see it. There is no absolute freedom for you. Do you go to school?
Yes.
You have got your freedom. But there, can you go out of the boundary of school when there is class?
No.
That is non-freedom. You are bound to be in the class. From the middle of the class, you cannot get up and go out. That is not etiquette. Without permission of teacher, in emergency case, only you can go out with the permission. That shows you are not free. You have got freedom to sit in the class, but you have no freedom to get out of the class. So, freedom in non-freedom, isn't it?
Yes.
Both are together. Have you seen football?
Yes.
Football, there are some rules, regulations.
Yes.
You can play with the ball, not with the other player. You will be fouled, so you will be punished. If you do it again and again, red card, yellow card, you will be sent out of the field. So freedom, you are free to play with the football, not with the, you have no right to harm your co-player. In this way, everywhere we see freedom in non-freedom. And the absolute freedom, which is beyond dualistic world, pairs of opposites, so it is freedom without non-freedom. And that is, in other word, one without a second. And in scientific term, the absolute singularity. Absolute singularity, where there is no duplicity. So this is called the truth, absolute truth. That's why he said absolute freedom. We have freedom in our day-to-day life, but it is momentary and it is mixed with non-freedom. Moksha, that is known as moksha, which is freedom from bondage, mukti, liberation from bondage. They whose sins have been destroyed. What is called sin? Sin is offense. You have right to live your life. You have got right, and for getting life, to keep up, to protect your life, to preserve your life, you have the right to do anything and everything. At the same time, everybody has got that right. So, at the same time, you have no right to disturb others' lifestyle. If you disturb others, others will be bound to disturb you. So, if you have disturbed others, it is called an offense, that is called sin in philosophical term. It is sin, it is offense, it is harm caused to others. When you are interfering, you are causing harm to others. So nature is there to take a reaction. Every action has a reaction. That is the law of nature. So when you have harmed others, you are bound to be harmed by others. That's why the law goes as, do unto others as you wish to be done by others. When you joke at others, you should be ready. When others will joke at you, you have to enjoy it, not fight with them. You have right to do that only which you should bear when others do same thing towards you. So while doing anything, you should be very much aware. If others do the same thing to me, what will be my condition? Then if you are aware, if you consider this continuously, you cannot do any harm to others, because you don't want to be harmed by others. This is the way to live a good life and do 100%, you observe the code of conduct. That is how we have to live in this society. If everybody harms everybody, what will happen to the society? In your own family, the mother doesn't obey the father, father doesn't care for the children, children never have love for each other, they fight every moment, they are selfish. If they get some sweets, I shall eat, I will not share it with others. What will happen to the family? It is said, the family is not ordinary family, it is called as the Vaikuntha, the eternal abode of the truth. Vaikuntha, the abode of eternal peace and happiness. If at all your family there is love and mutual understanding with each other, there is no other heaven found anywhere. Your family is heaven on the earth, Vaikuntha on the earth. So there is no other Vaikuntha or heaven somewhere. You can make your family an abode of eternal peace, love, and feeling, everything. That is so easy because we have attachment with each other. So that attachment, that oneness, that family feeling should be expanded to the whole universe. Universe is your family. So the same idea he is giving you. He says, such a yogi attains absolute freedom or moksha, himself becoming Brahman, and he enjoys the bliss within himself. He attains Brahma Nirvana, liberation while living. He becomes a Jivan Mukta. Lavante Brahma Nirvanam Nisaya Kshena Kalmasaha Chinna Dvedha Jatatmanaha Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. Such a person cannot keep quiet within himself because he feels the family feeling with the whole universe. Universe is his family, who has destroyed all his sins. That means he feels for every being, living or non-living. You cannot believe now the now updated children, they don't know anything our Sanatana Dharma. Dharma is not taught in the schools or colleges because it is mean-mindedness. These fellows don't know themselves what is called Dharma, and nor they allowed others to know it. Such blind fellows. Dharma is not concerned within the God feeling or sects and creeds and castes and all these. Dharma is universal style of life which can keep harmony in the society. Society means not only human society. Among the whole members of the universe, that is called Dharma. Dharma literally means Dharayiti. That means which holds. What does it hold? It holds the equilibrium and balance, harmony. That is called dharma. Your rules and regulations of every nation or country, it is called dharma. How can you go against dharma? Muslimism or Hinduism are not called dharma. You should understand the real meaning of dharma. It is a right, purposeful, successful, prosperous way of lifestyle. That is called dharma. So don't you want to live? Don't you want any peace? Do you want to fight and die? That is against dharma. That's how all the divine qualities are found as ahimsa, satya, brahmacharya, non-violence. They are part and parcels of dharma. If you obey and if you practice all these, there is no chance of disharmony in the society. This is called dharma. Killing others, fighting with each other, can it give you peace and growth in your life? All the energy is spent in fighting. How can you grow in your life? How can you have prosperity? See the battle going on between Russia and Ukraine. The whole country is destroyed, but yet they are not willing to give it up, not to compromise. Is it called good governance?
No.
Let the people die. Let the country go to hell. For one person, two persons' ego are fighting. It is not the countries, it is the egos only. So in this way, it is not called dharma, it is not called good governance. Of course, the fools, they cannot accept it. We cannot compel anyone. We have to follow ourselves, then only others will follow you as idealism. We have no right to teach others. We have the absolute right to teach ourselves. If you are good, the whole universe is good. Be good and then you can do good. What is written in our arch?
Be good, do good.
It is not our saying, it is the essence of all the scriptures and expressed by our great Gurudev. Essence of all the scriptures, all the religions. Be good so that you can do good to others, and thereby the law and order is carried on without any effort, but without any interruptions. The whole society will be happy. The society will progress. It will be prosperous. Everybody will enjoy peace and happiness.
Be good and do good with others. Mean the
Basic principle, this is only, you should not offend others. The opposite at least you can understand. Offense is a crime. Defense is allowed. But not with hinsa, but with ahimsa, non-violence. You have all your right to live, but others are also having the same right. So you have no right to harm others. Somewhere, for example, we have a department, human rights, isn't it? Oh, they are so serious. Once some head of the department, he was banging me in the phone. I am talking to you from the head office of human rights. Do you know with whom you are talking? He is asking me. I said, yes, I know. I know what is a human right. You have no right to speak like this with me. Be aware of your right first, then you will be called a human being, and then you can teach me. He kept quiet. What do you think? You have got that right and I don't have? I will speak to you in the same voice.
It means he is not aware of the basic.
He is the head of the human rights section, head. He is banging me. Do you know to whom you are talking? I said, yes, I am talking with a human being who doesn't know his own right. Poor fellow lowered down his voice. He had to talk politely afterwards. You don't know to whom you are talking.
He himself is not. He himself is not.
So what I mean, everybody has got that right. So you must respect each other. That is our real dharma, and against it is called sin. So on this, once I give this example, this is real example. Once after writing all the 18 epics on the essence of Vedas, Vasudev was there resting in Badri, some cave, and Narad, the celestial saint, he was passing by. He thought, let me meet our dear Vasudevji. He went to him. Vasuji honored him, gave a seat. How are you? Where from you are coming? Where are you going? No, just I am going somewhere. I am very busy. But I have no time. I want to hear. I thought I heard some information. You have written the essence of all the Vedas in 18 epics. Yes, it is true. I have no time to hear and go through all your so big volumes. Can you tell me in a shortcut what you have written on all these? So Vyasa said, yes, I have written only 2 words. Come on, tell me, I have to go. So Vyasadeva said, what is dharma and what is papam? These 2 things I have explained in many ways, by stories, by examples, by laws and logics and many things. So it has become so big with the history and geography and everything. I have explained to bring out these two final decision of all the Vedas, so that people can understand it and follow it. Yes. So Vyasadeva said, अष्टादश पुराणेषु Vyasasya Vachanam Dvayam. Only 2 words he has written. What are they? Paropakaraya Punyaya Papaya Parapidanam. What is dharma, dharma, and what is papa, sin? 2 words, 2 essential words I have explained in elaborate way. To do harm to others is called pap, sin, and to do good to others is called dharma. Only so simple. If you can understand it, enough, you need not go. And not only understanding, you have to follow it literally. Then you need not go through all these scriptures and all these learnings of school, college, and all your Gurukulam and other. Nothing is required. You are the master of all the scriptures. What did Ramakrishna Paramahansa do? Did he go to any school, college?
No.
His one word of experience, nobody can go against it. Whatever he said, it comes out of the heart. Dharmasya tattvam nihitam guhayam. The essence of dharma is hidden in the cave of the heart. And shall I give you the clue? How can you find it? This is how. We are discussing the same thing here. When the absolute equilibrium state is obtained, there reveals all the dharma. And that is the form of the absolute being. And for that only the absolute takes some forms in particular to establish that harmony and law and order in the society, that is called incarnation of God. Nature is bound to do it. When the absolute disorder is seen, then the absolute has to come down to bring up balance.
Swamiji, where are the prayers for the well-being of the universe? In which, where can we find that?
Are, look, aha samastaha sukhino bhavanti. Are you not chanting it every day?
No, in detail, like we have made a...
Detail is in short, I am telling it, the essence of all the scriptures. Why should you go to find out somewhere else? Find it here and now. Are you not sure, or don't you believe this?
No. When we
So,
have to,
so why to go for the Vedas and scriptures? That is what I am condemning. Be within these 2 words. Enough. A short life, if you spend in reading and going through the scriptures, 10 lives are insufficient. So all these saints and sages, they have spent their lives, they have done research on it, and they have given us the essence. How can you not believe it? So go through. Give my life, I will sell you. Give your life to me. And not only 1 life, at least 10 lives for the time being. I will give you all the scriptures. Go through it. and try to understand it. Can you understand any word of any scripture? It has got several different, manifold meanings. You cannot. All these great people, they have struggled their whole life. They have brought out the essence they are giving you. How can you not accept it? Then one who doesn't accept it, he is a blind fellow. He is a full of fast water. If you have no faith, if you have no confidence, nothing can be achieved. Spend your lives not to go through any other scriptures. Gita is the essence of all the scriptures. Try to understand one word of Gita. Enough for the whole life. One word is enough. That is what Gurudev said. Do good and be good. 2 words. So he says, in this way, one who is ever enjoying the eternal peace, he becomes one with the Absolute, and he has destroyed all other outer interruptions. That is called world. So now he is inside the innermost chamber of the fort. No enemy can enter in. So tomorrow we shall see Labhante Brahma Nirvanam Risayah Kshena Kalmasa Chinna Dvedha. One who has destroyed all the pairs of opposites. That brings you doubts whether this or that, which is true, whether freedom is there or non-freedom, whether it is called good or bad. So this is how in every moment, every step we have doubts. The life is full of doubts. The world can be defined as only a question mark. World means a question mark. That's how the child when starts speaking, he goes on asking questions only. And Gita also gives you the same method. Tad vidhi pranipatana pariprasnena. You have to ask, then you will get. Why do you ask? Because you are in between the two, hanging in the sky. So naturally there will be doubts. World means full of doubts. And when oneness is obtained, there is no doubt. So in this way, when the doubts are destroyed forever, chinna dvedha, dualism or pairs of opposites or relativity, you have gone beyond relativity. Jatatvanah, one who has controlled his self by his self. Udhare atmana atmanam. We have seen in the previous chapters. So one who has controlled himself by himself, sarva bhuta hite rata, such a person cannot keep quiet. He is bound, his nature becomes to help the whole world. Sarva bhuta hite rata. Samahatma sudhirlava. One among billions we found who is ever engaged in doing good to the whole universe. Rarely found such person. That is our idealism, that is our goal. Then you are called universal being, and whole universe is yours. You belong to the whole universe. There is no my home or your home. Wherever you go, it is either you or yours.
I am not the proprietor. He is the proprietor. Proprietor.
He is the proprietor.
Yes.
Okay. What are you then? You are his servant. You are his child. So you have got all the rights on it. You are his representative. You are his part and parcel. Can you deny all this? You are his instrument. As he likes to play with you, you are bound to play. That's how he is called Sutradhar. He is the director, proprietor, everything. But what are you? You are a toy in his hand. So you cannot do anything whatever against his will. If you accept it, you are he himself. We just say it. We don't accept it. We don't believe it. We don't go with it. हम किसी से सुने हैं ना, इसलिए बोल देते हैं. When we feel it, realize it, then you are one with him. That is what he says, Brahma Nirvanam, Brahma Bhuto Adhigacchati. He becomes one with him. And then he remains as one with him. We have to understand it and accept it and practice it and be one with it. That is the way. Tomorrow we shall see the other sloka. Lavante Brahma Nirvanam Risaya Kshina Kalmasaha Chinna Dvedha Jatatmana Sarva Bhuta Hiterataha. And Lord Krishna goes on explaining this state from different ways, from different angles, by different words. Tomorrow we shall see. Hari Om. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sadguru Bhagavan ki jai. Satchidananda Bhagavan ki jai. Sabda Brahma ki jai. Krishna Bhagavan ki jai. Gita Mata ki jai.